Greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical here. Hope you guys are doing good. So I'm on my way. I'm rushing to Lowe's because a buddy of mine in Texas, in Houston, and I happen to be wearing a Houston shirt, oddly enough, but he called me up and he's like, hey man, Lowe's has a gas-powered wood chipper that's like $800 and it's on sale for $350 or something. So there was only one left in Houston, and if I can get one out here, I'll get it, and if not, he'll get it, and I guess bring it when I see him. But yeah, I've always wanted a wood chipper, man. I really need one, so I can chip wood. So this thing is, oh my god, I'm so, you know, I got to talk about racism again. I have to. It seems like I talk about racism a lot, and I can tell you the reason why is, you know, look at how I must look to black people. And I know there's a lot of races, but let's just talk about black people because that's what I want to talk about right now. That's sort of what's going on here. This will all make sense in a second. I got to get into my groove. So I posted the Kaepernick and Nike video a couple days ago, and it's one of the controversial ones. I mean, I was doing a total Mike rant where you know, every other word was the F-bomb, and I know that turns a lot of people off, but I was feeling real passionate, and it's kind of like my shtick thing, you know, so I do it. And what the hell's going on over here? Hang on. So a lot of traffic. It garnered a bunch of comments, and you know, I like to respond to every comment if I can, even if it's just a heart or a like or whatever. I typically try to respond to every comment, and if you look at the comments, sometimes you got to unfold it to see the back and forth, and I'm flabbergasted. I mean, I'm not mad and I'm not upset. I guess I'm just concerned enough to make this video about racism again, black versus white. I mean, now look at me. For any sensitive, opinionated black person who is looking to find racism anywhere, this is really going out to black liberals who I'm referring to. White liberals too, but black liberals will look at a guy like me. I'm 6'4". I mean, just look at me. I'm pink. I look like the absolute epitome of a racist, and I've had to deal with that my whole life. You know, it's like one of those things where, you know, and I know right now black people that are, and I'm talking to a specific group of black people, you know, not all black people, but I'm talking about the ones that are really triggered by a pink guy trying to talk about anything race related or pro-police. You know, I've constantly had to sit and prove, you know, the old standard thing. I've never dated a white woman, you know, blah, blah, blah. I've got, you know, mixed race kids, mixed race wife, number 2. First one was Peruvian, this one's Vietnamese. And I get all the standard stuff. Oh, just because, you got to look at this. After this video, go read the comments on the Kaepernick Nike video, and then this will make more sense. But, you know, the vitriol, the just ignorance in the comments are unbelievable. With respect to people that just, they're hooked on racism, man. And it doesn't matter what you talk about, they're gonna find a way to inject racism into it. And you know, I'm not even sure what the point of the video is. I'm expressing myself to you because you guys are like my digital family, and I'm a talker. But you know, I mean, I think this lady, it's a black lady. I know she's black. I think she's a lady. I'm pretty sure, just from some things she said. But I mean, if you look at the video, the video was not about race. It was about Kaepernick kneeling for the flag, disrespecting the flag, and about Nike promoting him and using him as a way to promote their product. And so you get blacks start trickling in, and you know, oh boy, you know, you're very passionate, but I can see that you're concealing the KKK inside of you. And oh, here's another white guy that's good at talking, but you know, his true colors, you know, you read between the lines. You know, you can't talk about a black guy without being a racist. You can't disagree with a black person's motives or his actions unless you're a racist. And I just, you know, all people, black, white, Asian, you know, you can categorize them into certain types. I mean, there's really stupid people that are fucking stupid. They're just not smart. And then there's very, very smart people, intelligent people that are very ignorant. And that's what I classify this lady as. I mean, and there's a couple people on that thread that talk shit, black people, but for the most part, a lot of them are very intelligent in terms of academics and, you know, not being dummies. But I often wonder, like, do they ever stop and listen to themselves or read their comments? And is it possible, are they beyond accepting the fact that maybe they're wrong? And not about me, because unlike most people, and it's not that I'm a hero, it's just that I'm at that age where I don't care anymore in terms of, you know, when I was younger, if somebody called me a racist, I just wanted to trip all over myself to prove that I wasn't a racist. Oh no, you got me all wrong. And now it's sort of like, hey, look, man, I'm not looking for love. I'm in love with my wife. I'm not looking for friends. I got enough friends. I'm retired, so I don't have to, you know, I can be myself, and there's no reason for me to lie. If I was a racist, you'd know it, because I don't hold anything back. I don't hold anything back, and that's part of my problem, is I speak from the heart and the truth, and nothing I say is beyond, you can convince me otherwise. I listen to all the evidence, and, you know, but the fact of the matter is, I'm not a racist, and it doesn't drive me nuts that I can't prove that I'm not a racist, because the people that think I'm a racist, they mean nothing to me. But what I do in the bigger picture, I find it sad and a little scary in terms of humanity, the future of humanity in our country specifically, but that people can be so ignorant that they don't realize that they have been manipulated by, in many cases, their own color of people. You know, there's a lot of black people, the Jesse Jacksons of the world, that need specific segments of society to be upset and pissed off, and so they've told these black people their whole lives that they're fucking victims, and that, you know, the white man's fucking you over, and, you know, you built this country, and the whitey hasn't done shit, and, you know, fucking there was slavery, and, you know, you would think that white people invented slavery. It's like I was telling this lady, and I know I'm jumping all over the place, but you know, white people didn't invent slavery, and she was listing off how we fucked over the Native American Indians and how we fucked over all these different countries and such. And I had to kind of school her, and I know she's not hearing it because she's not capable. Her hatred and her racism, and that's really what one of my points is. She's so racist she can't hear herself and listen to logic. You know, the Indians that were in this country, the Native Americans, had slaves. They enslaved other tribes. I didn't make this shit up. It's a fact. The Indians tortured and brutalized and raped other tribes. Not all tribes, but there was a lot of tribes that did that. In South America, the Aztecs thrived for years and years, thousands of years, man, enslaving neighboring tribes. And, you know, go watch that. What's that movie? It was really good, actually. It was a, oh God, what was that called? I can't think. I'm drawing a blank, but it was about the Aztecs, I think. It was the Aztecs, and it was sort of a movie where nobody spoke English because it's whatever. But it shows that how they were all taken as slaves and brought to Mexico City, where they're going to be had their hearts cut out and sacrificed to the sun god, and then there was an eclipse. What the hell is the name of that movie? But you know, we didn't invent it, and the part that they really hate. And a lot of them believe that this is just some white shit that we made up. But in Africa, the African tribes used to enslave each other all the time. And there's slavery taking place right now with Muslim communities enslaving women and, you know, all those girls that were Boko Haram or whatever. All these, you know, any country that is developed to the point where they have a light switch and a battery has gotten that way at the expense of other people. The weaker ones get enslaved and slaughtered and many times wiped out. That's just the way. I just had a premonition of a fucking car accident. Weird. I just had that total feeling that there was going to be an impact somewhere. Goosebumps. Anyways, it's just sad. I find it really sad that people are so full of hate. And this lady, you know, then she's trying all these different ways to prove, and I use her as an example because that's what I've been dealing with today, but there's so many like her, and you can see the ones that agree with her and listen to their comments. They literally can't help themselves. So she starts switching around and says, well, I'm a God-fearing Christian or whatever, and I, you know, the Bible talks about don't worship false idols. or false, what the hell was it? False idols, and the flag is, I'm not going to worship some stupid flag, the way you guys do, white people, white patriots. And it's unbelievable. She went on and on about what a godly person she is and how fucked up we are because we worship an idol. I had to correct her and let her know that the flag's not an idol. The flag is a symbol. And if she's married, she's probably wearing a wedding ring, which is also a symbol. And I wonder if she doesn't have any respect for that. Does she fuck around and cheat on her husband? Because those people that think that they don't like symbols, the world's full of symbols that we respect. We should. I respect what this ring means. It's just a piece of gold, but I respect what it stands for and respect what it means. And I live within the bounds of that respect. And I pay homage to what it means, the promise that it represents. Just like the flag is a symbol, and I respect it. And yeah, I would die to protect what this ring means, my wife, my marriage, and I would die to protect my country. But these people have been so brainwashed that they truly believe, they'll come up with all this weird shit. And what kind of Christian, if you look at a lot of these black people that go to church every Sunday and they're out there going, oh, hallelujah, Lord Jesus, come into my heart. See, I'm a racist because I'm imitating black people. That's bullshit, man. Fuck you. You guys, that's called the real world, all right? I'm not going to buy into your PC bullshit where I can't say that I'm sitting in a black truck because it might offend you. I am in a black truck. It's jet black. It's the blackest truck I've ever sat in. But, these people go to church and then they get on the internet and they talk about how fucked up everybody is, and they're just not, they want to hang on to all this negativity. They want to use the same, they don't want white people saying, hey, because some black people raped and killed some white people, don't accuse us all of that, or some black kids stole something so we're all shoplifters. They don't want that broad brush, but they feel perfectly comfortable painting white people with the broad brush. We all were responsible for slavery. My family did not have one person in this country, on this continent, when there was slavery going on. We didn't get here till long after that. We were busy dying in the Holocaust. My family on my father's side is Jewish. They died in Auschwitz and Treblinka and those places. That's what happened to my family. So we know a little bit about fucking real, true racism and genocide. And it was a lot more recent than slavery. And, and I'm not holding every German person responsible for it, unlike you guys. Same with the police, Oh yeah, you refuse to speak out against the cops. And what about this white lady cop that shot the black guy in the apartment? And I'm like, hey, it just happened. It just happened. I'm sure she's gonna get fucked, and I don't know the details of it other than what I heard, and I will do it. She's like, yeah, you don't do a video on that. It's like I'm telling her and the rest of you new people on my channel, go do a search on my channel. I have talked about racism, race relations, bad cops. I have criticized bad cops. I am not afraid, never have been afraid to call a spade a spade. Oops, did I just say call a spade a spade? I'm talking about a deck of cards spade. You can find racism in everything if you want to. So, I've testified. I'm not proud of it. I mean, I'm not proud that I had to happen, but I've testified against a cop before. I mean, nobody's gonna bully or fuck me into saying or doing or acting in a way that I don't believe. And it's like I always ask these people, how many fucking black people have you breathed life into when they couldn't breathe and brought them back to life? The answer is 99% of the time, zero. Well, ask me that. I have bled for black people. I've saved black people's lives. I've done more for black people than most black people, and they look at me like I'm David fucking Duke, So it's not about that. What it is about, though, is I'm just starting to wonder if it's beyond help. A lot of this is fed by liberal whites who are enslaving the black. The Democrats and the left have always enslaved black people. They created the whole welfare system, and they created this whole thing to where if we give black people a bunch of shit, a bunch of free stuff, and we make them feel like they're victims and they can't get ahead because somebody's keeping them down, then we can control them. And that's what they do. You guys don't even realize, you black people that are Democrats and liberals have no idea that you're on the new plantation. And the only ones I respect are like the walkaway people in the walkaway movement. Why don't you listen to Candace Owens, who happens to be very hot and very sexy, by the way. Oh, now you're supposed to make me think that you're not racist because you like a black lady. There's many black ladies that turn my head. Oh, girlfriend, I got my hair did. Yeah, that's right. I'm so fucking racist, but I can out-rap every fucking black person watching this video. All old shit because I'm old school, all right? I mean, geez, I'm coming up on 60 here, closer to 60 than not, but I can out rap you. Yeah, you. I can out freestyle you. I can outdo all the old shit, the old, who am I thinking of? Like Eazy-E and shit like that. Woke up quick at about noon. Just thought that I had to be in Compton soon. I gotta get drunk before the day begins. Before my mother starts bitching about my friends. About to go damn near went blind. Young niggas at the pad throwing up gang signs. What? Did he just say the N-word? Yeah, I did. Because I ain't afraid of you. I ain't afraid of nobody. All right? I'm afraid of you thinking I'm a racist. Fuck off. But, I'll end it with this, but I openly challenged her to a live YouTube debate. And that goes to any of you black people that want to think that I'm a racist or think that cops are all racist, or if you want to debate somebody, and I don't mean sit and call each other names, because I'll fucking win that one. I got a mouth on me. But I'm talking about a real intellectual live debate. Let's do it. I'm calling you out, man. We have a live YouTube thing. We can get together and just fucking boom, bam, boom, just work it out, or do some sort of I don't even know what platform we would use, if it would be a Skype or something, but I think YouTube has a thing where we can get a bunch of people on there and do a live channel thing, and let's discuss this. But here's my final point. I don't argue with you or anybody just so that I can be right. That's a liberal fucking move, and I ain't no liberal. I was raised by a liberal, but I'm not a liberal because I'm a thinker. I think for myself, and my mom was fucked up. Fucking absolutely fucked up. Who slept with more black guys than I've slept with fucking women, period. These freckles right here, if they all joined together, I'd be half black. It's melanoma. But anyways, yeah, let's debate. Let's talk about it. Here's your chance to talk to a retired white, allegedly racist cop. And let's fucking do it. But only if you are looking to get information so that you can form an opinion. In other words, if you guys just want to be right and you'll just fucking argue to the point where you'd be like, fuck you, cracker, and then that's it, it's done, because you don't have any, you got no game, then that's pointless. That's literally retarded. So let's, somebody take me up on it, man. Some militant black person that looks at a guy like me and just writes me off as a racist fucking, closet Klansman. Why don't you come and prove to me and prove to the world how racist I am with your intelligence? I mean, really, and be willing to listen to what this guy says, me, and be willing to, to respond to information. Like maybe if you hear something, weigh it out, and if you agree with it, in other words, be willing to have your mind changed. Because if your mind is locked into shit, then you're stupid. Never lock your mind into anything. Is it possible that you've been lied to? Is it possible that you just have been manipulated? Well, of course it is. So fucking try something new. Let me bring you on over to the cracker side. Get you all signed up and you'll be on my team. It'll be fun. But seriously, I want one of you guys to take me up on that. I'm challenging you, an open challenge. Let's rock, all right? And at the end, if it turns out I'm right and you're wrong, you're gonna give me a cyber hug on live YouTube. Don't worry, the pink doesn't rub off. But yeah, what do you guys think? Any takers? LMS Tactical, I hope so. And listen, I love everybody that's worthy of love. I hate fucking bad cops. Bad cops that break the law while wearing a badge should be hung in public. I've said that on a million videos, but half of you are too lazy to go fucking look up shit before you pass judgment on me. I hate fucking criminals, whatever color they are. I hate the fucking 6'5" black guy that crawled into my 92-year-old great-grandmother's hospice when she was laying there dying and raped the fuck out of her. But guess what? I don't hold you responsible because you didn't do it, and I'm smart enough to know that it was one guy that did it, not an entire race. Just like I'm smart enough to know that some cops are fucking assholes and shouldn't be cops and belong in prison. But I'm also smart enough to know that the majority of cops are out there doing the right thing for the right reason. And they're human. And they make mistakes. And mistakes are not the same as intentional crimes. I was trying to tell this lady, because she was talking about fucking, every time a cop gets to shoot somebody or whatever. Listen, some black people need to be shot. Just like some Chinese humpback dwarfs need to be shot. Some people need to be shot. That's just the reality of life. You need to learn a little bit about the law. Okay? Just because somebody gets shot and they don't have a weapon doesn't mean that that's an illegal shooting. Every time somebody gets shot, you can If you don't like the laws are the law. That doesn't mean that the white cop came up with the law. But when you see a cop kill somebody and he gets away and he doesn't go to prison, that's because he was found innocent. You know, it's not the police departments that cover for him. Yeah, back in the fucking 50s and 60s and before that, I'm sure there was a lot of bullshit going on. But if you don't progress with humanity and society, then you're part of the problem. You're like an anchor dragging the fucking boat down. Don't you want a better life? Would you rather have a world where you and I got along righteously and we didn't see color like Martin Luther King said? Would you rather have that world, or are you just enjoying the fuck out of having this stupid perpetual excuse to be a fucking non-performer? You know, it must be nice to be able to say, I ain't got no job because white man won't give me no job. I can't get ahead because I'm held down by the white man. That must be nice. But you know what? There's too many successful black people that disprove that theory. So buck the fuck up, meet me on YouTube, and let's rock. You don't stop. Rock the rhythm that'll make your body stop. But so far you heard my voice. I brought about 2 friends along. Next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing. Now so check it out. I'm the M-A-S, the T-E-R, the G with a double E. Well, I go by the unforgettable name of the man they call it Master G. Well, my name is known all over the world by all the... I can keep going, but, you know, I'm getting old. All right, LMS Tactical, I'm out.